Hi everyone, today we want to see some calculations involved in organic chemistry. So we have a question here which reads that 0.464 grams of an organic compound Q when burnt gave 1.32 grams of carbon dioxide, 0.315 grams of water. Then when 0.2325 grams of Q were separately heated, 7.08 cubic centimeter of nitrogen gas at STP, that is stand temperature and pressure, was produced. Determine the molecular formula of Q and draw its structure. The vapor density here they have given us 46.5. So how do we go about this question? How can we solve and get the structure of the compound of this organic compound? So let us see. From the question, we say that Q was burnt to carbon dioxide and water. Therefore here we need to get the mass of carbon in Q. So how do we get that mass of carbon in Q? We know that the molar mass, molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44 and that of carbon is 12. So here 44 grams of carbon dioxide contain 12 grams of carbon. But now when that organic compound was burnt, 1.32 grams of carbon dioxide was produced. So how many grams of carbon do we have in those grams of carbon dioxide which was produced? Therefore 1.3 grams of carbon contain 0.36 grams of carbon. So let us see the mass of hydrogen in Q. We know that 0.315 grams of water was produced after burning the organic compound Q, and we know the molecular mass of water is 18 and that of hydrogen is 2. So how do we get the mass of hydrogen, which is in 0.315 grams of water? So 18 grams of water contain 2 grams of hydrogen. So how about the 0.315 grams of water contain how many grams of hydrogen? You see here, after computing we get 0.035 grams of hydrogen. So after getting the grams of the two elements, we now want to know their percentage composition in that organic compound Q. So we see here percentage composition of carbon is 77.6 and the percentage composition of hydrogen is 7.43. But when Q was separately burnt, 7.08 cubic centimeter of nitrogen was produced. So how do we get the percentage composition of nitrogen in organic compound Q? So getting the summation of the two elements, that is carbon and hydrogen, it is 85.13. So subtracted it from 100, we get 14.857 as the percentage composition of nitrogen in Q. So how do we get the number of elements in that mixture? So this is what we call the empirical formula. Elements we have carbon, hydrogen and nitrogen. The percentage composition here, that of carbon is 77.6, that of hydrogen 7.543, nitrogen have 14.857. The RFM, that is the relative formula mass, that of carbon is 12, hydrogen 1, nitrogen 14. So we get the number of moles. So after getting the number of moles here, we get the mole ratio. The mole ratio we divide by the smallest number of moles, we divide it throughout. So after dividing it throughout, we are seeing that we have 6 carbon atoms, 7 hydrogen, and 1 nitrogen. So the empirical formula of organic compound 2 is C6H7 and nitrogen. So how do we get the structure of organic compound 2? How do we draw it? But remember, they given us the vapor density, and we know the molecular mass of any substance in organic compound is half, not twice, half the vapor density. Therefore, the molecular mass we get here after multiplying the vapor density by 2, we get 93 grams. So we equate the 93 grams to the empirical formula which we have get, but after computing and getting the values here, we don't see any change. The molecular formula and the empirical formula are the same. So how do we draw the structure of that compound? Therefore, the structure of 2 looks like this, and it is named as phenylamine or aniline. It has 7 hydrogen, 6 carbon atoms, and 1 nitrogen atom. Thanks for watching. Wish you good luck.